right, let's roll call and call to order.
All right, Mrs. Dozal?
Here.
Mr. Wright?
Here.
Ms. Hawkins? Here. Mr. Salcido?
Here.
And Mr. Mitchell?
Here, and this is for December 4th, regular meeting at 6:30. Please join me instead for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would just like to ask for a moment of silence, if we could just take a moment and remember Joan Curtis, who was our federal grants director who passed away right before Thanksgiving. And so a lot of us here you miss her greatly, and just wanted to recognize her when we do our moment of silence.
Welcome everybody, and we'll move on to item number 4, which is public comment, call to the public. All right, we'll move right on.
Gotta adopt the agenda, don't
Did I skip something? Oh, I did, sorry. Preliminary items. What's a meeting without an agenda, right?
Or minutes.
Yeah. All right, move to adopt the agenda for December 4th, 2018 as presented.
So moved. Second.
Discussion?
Mrs. Dozal?
Yes.
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Salcido?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes. And letter B, minutes from prior meetings. Move to
I move
adopt.
we accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
Discussion?
Mrs. Dozal?
Yes.
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Salcido?
Yes.
And Mr. Mitchell?
Yes. I skipped all the way.
Recognitions and everything.
We're gonna go.
We got a lot of them tonight.
Evaluated here. Brain doctor said that. Okay. All right. Number 3, recognition. Letter A, we'll move right into the Rotary Student of the Month.
Casper Union's Rotary Student Month, Laura Sunbloom. Recognize Laura's mother, Roberta Sunbloom, and her father, Michael Sunbloom. Using round of applause, they deserve a lot of credit. So Lauren is our student month, and she has a lot of honors. She was in the National Honor Society for 2 years, Key Club for 3 years. She was a freshman and junior varsity spirit line for 2 years, varsity spirit line for 1 year, competition spirit line for 2 years. She was a founding member of Girls Who Code Club at Casper Union High School. Thank you, Mr. Morris, after that, thank you. Student council for 3 years, honors AP classes for 4 years, honor roll for 4 years, academic achievement award for 4 years. A lot of activities. She's in dance class, studio since she was age 4, various styles. Church Youth Club group. She currently works at Philly's clothing store, and she's volunteered with all the clubs she's worked with. She volunteers at the Mother's Dental Office. She volunteers at the Public Library. She's been accepted at Northern Arizona University. Her career goals are to go to university and major in dental hygiene.
Congratulations, Lauren.
Mr. Brandeis, Rotary Student of the Month, this is Ms. Gabriella Del Cid. of applause for her parents also, Christina Gonzalez and O'Neill Del Cid. Some of Gabriella's accomplishments at Vista Grande during her junior year: she received one of our VIP referrals and was also interviewed and featured in the Casa Grande Dispatch for being a student in the child care class. Some of her personal accomplishments and personal activities: she volunteers at Banner Casa Grande Medical Center as well as the Vista Grande Library. While taking child care class at Vista Grande High School, she became CPR certified. Taking the class really opened her eyes to what she wanted to do after high school. She hopes to work with kids in the future and looks forward to getting more experience throughout her senior year. She also became a CAC student in May of 2018 and took a couple classes over the summer. After taking those CAC classes, it has better prepared her and motivated her to be more successful during her senior year at Vista Grande. Her career goals: she plans to attend Central Arizona College for 2 years after high school, then transfer to a university to finish her education and become a registered nurse. If all goes well, she plans to attend either NAU or U of A for a nursing degree. Ms. Gabriella Del
Congratulations, Gabrielle.
Thank you.
All right. CTE Students of the Month.
All right, President Mitchell, board members, Superintendent Beebe. I'm honored to recognize Brooke Steve as December's Career and Technical Education Student of the Month. Brooke was nominated by our agriculture teacher, Mr. Casey Farnsworth, at Casa Grande Union High School. Brooke is a senior at CGUHS and a fourth-year agriculture student. She is an excellent student and is always willing to go above and beyond whatever is needed and does so with a smile. Brooke always demonstrates great leadership skills and a strong work ethic. This year, she is the greenhouse manager and oversees the hydroponic tomato crop production. She is very active in the FFA chapter activities and has participated in numerous career development events. And if I'm not mistaken, she was an FFA chapter officer a year or two ago, correct?
No.
Oh, okay. Mr. Farnsworth also stated, "I'm proud of her accomplishments and thankful for her positive role model. She is the positive role model that she is to her peers." And her parents are here with us this evening, William and Lori Steve.
Congratulations, Brooke.
Thank you, Brooke.
All right, and Employees of the Month by Mr. Dr. Beebe.
President Mitchell, Company Board members, it is my privilege to be able to recognize our employees who do an outstanding job for us. We were real excited to get this program started. Had a nice breakfast with the October Employees of the Month tomorrow. I'll get to have breakfast with the November Employees of the Month, but we want to bring each group up and just recognize them and give you guys a chance to congratulate them as well. So I'm going to ask Mary Ann Emerson to come up. She heads up our recognition committee, and she's going to read names so I can shake people's hands and hand people plaques who were able to come. So we'll do October 1st, and then we'll do our November group.
So on behalf of the Employee Recognition Committee, I want to introduce the October Employee of the Month. Daryl Jackson, paraprofessional at Casa Grande Union High School District. Marilyn Tweehouse, receptionist at Casa Grande Union High School. Amanda Sheeler, math teacher at Vista Grande. Colleen Wilhite, administrative assistant at Vista Grande High School. Nicole Carmona, asset and payroll clerk at district office. Bill Mummy, IT support at the district office.
I'm like my hussy.
Stephen Fillion, IT support, district office. Sharon Rodriguez, finance supervisor, district office. Jennifer Alley, purchasing at district office. Maria Tellis, security at Vista Grande High School. Now for our November employee of the month, Van Stanzi, assistant principal at Vista Grande High School. Nathan Shaler, social studies teacher at Vista Grande High School. Tammy Winterton, paraprofessional at Vista Grande High School. Linda Russell, social studies teacher at Vista Grande High School. Exactly. Anything. Candelina Sanchez, paraprofessional at Vista Grande High School.
What are you doing, Mom? And everyone what?
Stephen Stipe, CTE director at district office.
It's a big board. It's a big board with
Great job.
Janine Leary, educational systems manager at
Read it.
Mary Jane Radel, payroll, district office. Rafaela Vidal, custodian at Casa Grande Union High School.
We should get one for me now.
Christine Collins, nursing assistant at Casa Grande Union High School and Vista Grande. Kim Duncan, English teacher at Casa Grande Union.
They weren't standing when I came through.
Yeah, please do. Please do. And I think it would probably also be appropriate to say thank you to the management and the owners of the Big House Cafe, because they are our partners and are sponsoring our breakfast service. Yeah, the committee.
Yeah. Moving on. Letter D, proclamation of the STEM week as February 25th through March 1st, 2019. Mr. Morris?
President, Governor Board members, Dr. Levy. As you know, Casa Grande Union High School District has participated in the Arizona SciTech Festival for the past 8 years. And it's usually just been a local event in the high school, kind of like a super science fair. This year we decided to go big with our event, and here to tell you about our plans are our CSOs. The CSO program is under the same umbrella organization that organizes the statewide SciTech Festival, and so they have a direct connection with the organization, but they're working locally to promote them in Casa Grande, and I'll let them tell you about their plan.
So, as you mentioned previously, we've been doing generally the same thing for the past couple of years. And we've always had a good turnout, but we kind of wanted to do something a little different this year that was more directly involved with our community. So there's going to be 2 days. The first day is going to be on that Friday on the week of February 1st, not February, it's March 1st. And we wanted to be our school day that we normally do with our students and have Vista if possible and get those schools so that we are all together. Then the continuation of that was on the Saturday.
And then so the Saturday would be something for the whole community. We do it in Kirk Park, and we're filling up the permits. So we would get businesses and schools and middle schools and high schools to present. Our hope is that we create this connection between businesses and students coming out of high school so that shadowing and internship and job opportunities are ready for them, and so they know what they're working towards in their education as they go through college. We also want 8th graders to have that connection with our schools to see like what type of education they want and to expose them to STEAM and what it can do for them and if it's a possible avenue that they'd like to pursue further.
The Saturday allows us to have a more family-oriented experience, so it's not just on that Saturday. I can bring my mom, I can bring my cousin, they can find out about what it really is and see all of these different examples locally outside of our town and see some of the students presenting, see all of these different visual and interactive things and get a really good idea of what STEM is to create a better connection between our community and our school.
And then that whole week is STEAM week, so Monday is S, which is dress like a scientist. So we're hoping to do a spirit week in our high school to incorporate further into STEAM and the understanding of what it is. And hopefully our teachers can be able to do like a small activity, like we understand the lesson plans, and we want to make sure that students are getting the curriculum and the homework that they need to get. But we just want to make sure that we're incorporating so students can get that understanding and hopefully if that's something you want to pursue, then college is right around the corner.
And so we can foster a STEAM culture at our high school because that's extremely important to us.
And we're going to maybe on Saturday, so yeah.
And you've been to the city council meeting twice and
Yes.
presented to the mayor. Go ahead and share that.
So we've asked the mayor to also declare it on a city level, the STEAM week. So we were hoping to do that for the high schools here and declare it a STEAM week also.
Yes, we met with I don't specifically know the department name, but we met with the people today to get our permits for walking up the park for that time period. They're having it on hold for us, and we plan to have those permits in by normally before we go into winter break.
And then local businesses invited on that Saturday so that Casa Grande businesses know the students that they need for their business or for their shadowing and Lucid are coming in so that'd be a great connection.
They would be with them as well.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Oh yeah, any questions?
Apologies. I said STEM instead of STEAM. I'm reading too fast, so I apologize. Recognizing this.
So for the week that you're looking at for, what is the ask that you're asking from us?
So we want you guys to declare it a STEAM week in the high schools, and so hopefully incorporating all the high schools and the elementary so that elementary schools can expose to their students and hopefully bring them out to that Saturday.
Any other questions?
So we'll just move right on to the
At the bottom.
sorry, my computer shut it down. Okay. So, yeah, let's proclaim, our STEAM week as February 25th through March 1st.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate it.
Can you not, want to vote on that?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
You're doing a great job. Thank you.
There's room up here.
Excuse him yet.
All right. Well, without further delay, Mr. Lopez. All right, let's move on to another recognition. All right, letter E, the recognition of outgoing, this guy right here, Board Member Wes Mitchell, and the swearing in of Mr. Ralph Joe Lopez and Cody Salcido. So come on up.
All right, come up here, yeah, you can come up here. Well, you want us to, well, can we recognize, we'll recognize you first and then we'll spread these.
Yeah? Okay.
So, well, on behalf of the entire district, I get the honor of handing you this plaque and thanking you for your service as a governing board member and for representing the students, the parents, and the community members of Casa Grande Union High School District. And we'll miss you on your way out and appreciate all that you have done for the district.
Thank you, Dr. Beebe. And if you guys don't mind, I'd like to say a couple things.
I'd like to say something before you get in there.
Have at it, Chuck.
At the end of this year, I would like to commend you for a great job of leadership that you've done this year. You have stood tall in very tenuous times with us in our exercise of leadership, trying to hold us all together. And I want to commend you for a great job in getting us all through it and getting us where we are today. I congratulate you, Russ. You did a great job.
Thank you, Chuck. It means a lot. Thank you.
And I would like to reaffirm that too, because you kind of had a tough 2 years. And I thank you very much for doing it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's making a huge difference. You've made a huge difference.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you very much. And with that said, I'm very humbled and honored to have served over the last 8 years in 2 terms for the community. I loved Casa Grande, I loved the high school, I went through the system, and it was a great opportunity for me to give back to the community and get involved in the community. And I really want to thank, first and foremost, my family. As being in this position, they get to hear a lot, they get to feel your emotions, and I couldn't have done anything without them. And so to my kids and my family, my parents and friends and all the support, I'm very honored and humbled. And I want to thank the community for supporting me over the last 8 years. And pretty tedious at times, but a very respectful and honorable position to be on the board. And I feel the board has moved in many different directions over the last 8 years. I also feel that we've accomplished a lot. When the board changes and you have dynamics of different board members who have different ideas, it's in positions to embrace those different ideas and to move forward and to bring the board together and drive the main mission, and that's to make Casa Grande education system the best it possibly can be. And of course, there was times that were tough, but I think all in all, our board has been very successful and in many different avenues, and I think we'll continue to do so. I feel like we have some great leadership and reaching out to our city officials, where I feel that they are going to embrace the school district and make Casa Grande the best community to live in and to be educated in. And I'm looking forward for the future of Casa Grande all the way around, and especially the two new guys, or the novice and the old salty dog here, so to take this on. But again, thank the community for the support, my family and friends and everybody else and my board members. Thank you.
So you just have them do it together, or separate?
Yeah, you can actually
All right, we'll
do
let
it
you guys
together.
come out here. We'll let you come out, or you can stand right here. So we'll let
Just
Tony
make
come
sure
around.
you
and
say your own name, okay?
Yeah. So I get the privilege of swearing in Tony again, and then bringing Joe on board. So I will read this. You just need to repeat after me, but when you're going to state your own name. So I
State your name.
state your names. Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona.
and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Arizona,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same and defend them against all enemies,
to the same and defend them against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties
and I will faithfully and
impartially
discharge the duties
of the office of the governing board member
of the office of the governing board member
for the Casa Grande Union High School District number 82,
for the district of the Casa Grande School District, number 82,
according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. We have to sign them.
Mine's good to the
Here's Tony.
Do they have to go by?
I'll fill out the rest, just sign all three of them right here. The doorbell's.
No, because you hired me.
Oh, absolutely. Sexy guy, you know.
Welcome back on board.
All right. All righty.
Love you, Joe.
Number 5, reports and presentations. Mr.
Are you guys called to the public?
Yeah, we already did. There is not any.
Okay.
You did it earlier, out of order.
It's his last meeting, he's running it his way.
Yeah, let's move on to
I'm on my
number 8.
bathroom.
All right. So, Dr. Beatty.
President Mitchell, governing board members, as always, it's always my pleasure to talk about the wonderful things going on in our district. But I guess with all the roller coaster we went through since the last board meeting, since it was on election night, and now the final results, I am very excited to formally announce our successful override election and say thank you to our students, our staff, our parents, community members who actively campaigned and voted yes for CG schools. So it is official. We have passed, and so again, thank you to everybody who made that possible. I'd also like to say, we're very proud of the first edition of the CGUHS Express, our digital newsletter that went out last month. We're working on the December issue, and so I hope to use that as a tool to draw in our community and to keep everybody in tune to the things that we're doing in our district. So the second edition is coming out. I'd like to say congratulations to the Casa Grande Union Theater Department for their production of Acting Can Be Murder Dinner Theater show. I got a chance to attend that with my wife. What a great show, and to get a chance to do that. Congratulations to the Pride of Casa Grande Marching Band, who wrapped up their marching season finishing 4th at state. So they had a really great season and finished 4th at state. Congratulations to the Union Junior, Tom Travis, who's invited to be a keynote speaker at the AZTEA Fall Conference. So an honor, again, honor our students being a keynote speaker. Big congratulations to the Vista Grande Key Club for donating their time in collecting food for the Casa Grande Food Bank. They went all out in a big effort to do that. Congratulations to our FFA students and Mr. Farnsworth classes who processed turkeys to feed those in need. And I get to, that was one of the neatest, most collaborative efforts I've seen from the construction, the construction students who built the shed and wired and plumbed to culinary, making pies and the rest of the food to go along with the turkeys. And I've jokingly said with a lot of people, I realized it was not in Cape Creek anymore when we were processing turkeys at school. So it was quite the honor, and just a really cool thing to experience. So I look forward to seeing the future of those programs and what they're doing. A big congratulations to the Vista Grande Skills USA and Thespian Festival participants, Adriana Fevela and Cassandra Robinette and Alyssa Thompson won the Statesman Award. Kathy Harding, their sponsor, won the Statesman Award. Adriana Favela had first place in the talent show, and then Adriana Favela and Katie Benzial were 4th place in the Arizona Prop Technical Challenge. So some big things for them. Congratulations to the Casa Grande Union dance team who participated in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I don't know if any of you caught them. I was only because of tweets was I able to catch it and check that out, so that was kind of neat to have representation in such a prestigious parade. But they were also recognized in the Dance Spirit magazine after, which is a pretty big deal, so for them to do that. Big congratulations to the Union Marine Corps JROTC drill team who finished 1st place in the armed exhibition, 1st place in the unarmed regulation, 2nd in the armed inspection, 3rd in the armed regulation, and 3rd in varsity color guard, 3rd challenge color guard, and 3rd overall for the grand championship. So I know they're young and had some great success. And then I want to say a big congratulations to all of the groups who participated in the Electric Light Parade on Saturday. That was, I've heard about it, and so to get the chance to experience it for the first time myself, what a cool event. But we had students represented at Union from FFA, band, dance, Blue Notes, cheer, ROTC, Key Club. And from Vista, we had our JROTC, Key Club, cheer, and band. And then as well from both schools, the City of Casa Grande Youth Commission, which is made up of students from both schools, also was in it. So what a neat event. A lot of kids from our school district in that parade, and pretty cool. A big congratulations to the Casa Grande Union Show cheer team, who finished 1st at the state qualifying meet, so they've qualified now for state. Moving on. And then I'd also like to say we recognized our Employees of the Month, but I want to say congratulations publicly to our Golden Ticket employees who won the Golden Ticket. Annika DeVillers, Art Romano, Simon Telez, and Sharon Rodriguez won Golden Tickets this month. So anyway, and that concludes my report.
All right, how about Mr. Mays?
Hey, one comment on your turkeys?
Yes.
I highly recommend, putting your order in, 'cause those turkeys were awesome.
I'm gonna buy one next year.
We pit barbecued one of them. That was awesome.
Well, it was a neat experience.
It was good.
All right, Mr. Mason's gonna give us an update on the joint parking project.
I was gonna try to give you more than just that, but.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I don't even know if that's on.
Need some help, Tim?
Yeah.
It was, your president was up.
Actually, this person would be best to help.
Nope. So, President Mitchell, members of the board, Phoebe had given me about 5 minutes to give you guys an update on facilities things, but Melanie Edwards assured me I have as much time.
Take all the
Brace
time.
yourself. I'm just kidding, I'll try to go fast. It comes up, if it doesn't come up, it's gonna go real fast. Chuck came out a week or two ago, and he got to see some of the facilities firsthand. And before I start, I just extend to you guys, if you ever wanted to have a similar tour to what Chuck got, I'll be happy to do that. But I'll take this chance to just give you a little snapshot of some of the things that are going on. So, with that.
He done already?
I'm done.
Just getting started, Chuck.
Very good.
Is it on the other tab? You got 2 tabs open.
It's McKinney was all in. There it is.
Oh boy. Let me talk about that parking lot while that loads up. So you guys are aware that the city came to us, they're gonna be doing some improvements to Carmack Nap, right by the swimming pool. They got some pretty big, plans for that area. And they had come to us originally wanting to see about a joint parking lot with the east side of this campus, and then they would add some additional parking. And it kind of hit some roadblocks. One of the main ones was the solar panel posts make for a narrow passageway between what would be that joint parking lot. So kind of where we've left it is with 2 options, and I'd really like to get you guys' input, kind of report back to them, because they plan to remove the fence between us and them, build a new parking lot. There will be no connection, and our students and staff would be able to use that parking lot, and then we would just leave ours as is. The only difference for us is there would be no fence between us and the park. And the fence that's there now is kind of half torn down. We've repaired it a few times, then it gets torn down again because kids out there playing soccer kick balls over it. They can use the balls. That would be one option, is just to remove the fence, and then we can enjoy that parking lot for our use. Another option is we could just take our gates down, because we lock our parking lot after school and on the weekends. We could potentially, the front of this campus is open 24/7, there's no gates, right? So, option A would be just remove the fence, we enjoy the benefits of a really close additional parking lot. And option B would be to take our gates down and then allow the city to use our parking lot on the nights. I don't know if you've been here in the evenings or on weekends, but people park off of McMurray and block the access to our site, which I'm sure the fire department does not appreciate.
I had a question, so if you were to do option A, is there any entry from the back? I can't remember exactly if so, or are we gonna put additional security gates, kind of like what we have in the front, not to where you can't come in?
So in the front, there's there's really not much. There's like a pony wall fence around the basketball court.
Right.
But the front doesn't get secured other than we lock the doors.
Okay, same thing would happen in the back.
Which I would say now we have a breach already where pedestrians could already walk through
Right.
to the back of the campus. So it's really gonna be our preference.
So you're saying that the fence that we have right now doesn't really do what it needs to do?
Maybe we can continue fixing it.
Well, it's there.
I've never had this, we've never split the fees to repair that fence with the city. But we fixed it.
I think if we are responsible for our parking lot, and then we want to encourage the public to use this, I don't know if there's plans on, recurring problems or resurfacing it or what have you. I guess that's something that the district has to look into versus keeping it separate now.
One of the things we talked about earlier today is if you do option A and took out the fence, the benefit for us is we can still keep our gates locked, so we can keep people from driving when we don't want them driving through. Somebody getting to your building on foot versus driving could create two different things. But the other benefit too is our kids who now park down the street and walk down where it doesn't look like that could park much closer and be right here. They'd be a lot closer to the building. They could park in that parking lot and walk in instead of having to walk down the street. So.
Would there be any liability on our part as far as us moving into their parking lot and using their parking lot?
I don't think any additional liability. We already have folks using the parking lot south of here at the stadium, right? So the liability is not gonna change.
Well, and we have an agreement because of the use of the pool with our swim team. So.
Jim, has there ever been a drawing created of this showing the exact location of this parking lot and that type of thing? I know we requested one last year. Did one ever get created?
So one was sketched out that showed a drive lane that would be a one-lane drive lane in between two of the solar posts. And
okay.
The difference is, any of our other spots, you don't drive through those posts. There's like designed, 25-foot plus openings for vehicles, whereas that's not designed that way. So it was really tight, and I really don't like that drawing. And that's the only, they didn't want to do one with two passages. Even the one car lane is tight. Like, then to me, there is additional liability. The hole gets hit. It seems to me opens it up a little bit more than. I like the idea of keeping it separate. I'm fine with taking the fence down. If we don't take the fence down, I think it would be great if we put some openings in the fence where our students and staff could walk between the parking lots.
I think favor of that option A is
Yeah. Anybody else have thoughts or input?
No, I agree. I think the fence needs to go down because we're constantly maintaining it, or it's been it's a safety hazard too. Anyways, it's not well maintained and people are still jumping. So I'll take it down.
Anything else?
I like option A, but I'm a drawing guy. I can't visualize what's going on there. And is there any way to get any kind of a visual drawing?
Yeah, I can send you some. All you're going to see is a drawing without the fence, though. It's just literally going to be some dashed lines with X's in it.
Does the city have any kind of official drawing? Because everyone's doing it, right?
Yeah, I can send you what I got.
Okay.
When do they expect to do the construction of the?
They want to get started after the first year.
Okay.
I think the end of January, February is when they're hoping to get started over there. So we'll send you something, Chuck, but it sounds like there's a consensus that it's okay. If that fence goes down, I'm not gonna get.
That's good.
That's good. That's great. Okay. Other facility stuff. I got two main goals for the year that I've set up. One is safety. We started an online safety training program. It's really neat. I wish I could show you more about it, but it was there's like anywhere from 3 to 20-minute videos that I can just easily email to our staff, you know, slips, trips, and falls. There was a list of some of them right there. Back injury, proper lifting, fire extinguisher use, mower safety. There is 300 courses that we have access to, anywhere from 3 minutes to 20 minutes. They're really cool. I'm proud of rolling that out. I would like to see eventually maybe use some of those trainings district-wide, because there's stuff specifically for teachers that I'm not even touching. Those short trainings that would be very helpful. Another big goal I have is energy savings. We did an energy audit 7-8 years ago with Climate Tech, and ended up being a performance contract, which I think has been it's been a good thing. And that one is coming to the tail end, and we've already started a new audit with Mid-State Energy. That's a free audit where they come through and just see how we're using all of our utilities, and then they'll come back and present to us what suggestions they have, whether it's changing some certain fixtures to LED now that those prices have come down, and those have pretty quick paybacks. There's some other suggestions that I would anticipate, but we'll see what that's like. I'd also like to roll out next year, having Union and Vista compete with each other on who can save the most energy. I don't know exactly what that looks like, but the campus that wins, you know, maybe it's a field day or something. I don't know what that would look like, but I would really like to see their buy-in. We get lots of requests. Oh, we want to use, you know, they want to do activities until wee hours of the night sometimes, and they don't recognize that there's expenses for those types of activities. And it's not always as easy as I can't just run this one little area. Oftentimes I have to run a larger chunk. I have to run an entire chiller for one room, right? Difficult. Just a snapshot of what's happening on the maintenance side of things. You can see kind of how our different trades stack up, like where our most work orders are. This is this current fiscal year. So obviously we have the most HVAC work orders, plumbing, event setups, equipment, electrical, consume the bulk of the other time. This is how it breaks up with work orders per site. You can see we've accomplished 2,100 work orders at Union versus the 1,300 at Vista, 246 at Desert Winds, 42 over at our transportation site. Just kind of gives you an idea how the building is maintained and what the needs are at each site. Ooh, that didn't come out clean. Oh, there it is. There's our SFE projects that we've been awarded. I'm really proud of these. So I feel like I have to throw it up there every time I present to you guys, because each one of those projects is a significant load of work for me. And so I'm proud of it. And you can see what we've been awarded since I've been here. And then last year was $733,000 of projects that didn't hit our budget, but yet improved our facilities. A couple things going on right now that you've heard about. Maybe I'll introduce them to you. At the Casa Grande Union band room, there's a crack going from wall to wall, east to west. There was an addition in 2008 to the band room, and the thoughts are right now that I call it the trust or insurance. First I call it SFE, it's what we call the trust. That's our insurance representative. They sent a structural engineer to do a pretty impressive inspection, actually. It says a bunch of like water levels. They did a bunch of stuff, but what they're thinking right now is there's a huge storm drain right on the edge of the building of the new addition, and that storm drain was probably never really compacted because it wasn't under the building. So then when we did the addition, we built it on top of a trench that wasn't compacted. So we got this set of issues. So it could be an issue, maybe presenting more stuff here or not. But I just had our fire department out for the first time since I've been here, 8 years. I spent the entire day Monday, and it was really good. There's not a ton of concerns, but it was just really nice to have them here. Just some simple things. We had extension cords piggyback off each other. But nothing that really freaked him out. Minus one thing in our shooting range, the door was blocked pretty bad. He said he's not leaving until that's moved, but they couldn't. And then you already got your joint parking lot update. Some expenses I would like you guys to be aware of that are going to be coming up. Parking lots. outside of adjacent ways funding, which is something to talk about another time, if you want to know what adjacent ways is, or actually that's better definition anyway, but our parking lots are something the SFB will not touch. They won't pay for parking lots. And Union especially, I think that's where it's done. So I think it just needs to be milled up and overlaid. I've had 3 or 4 vendors come out just as a courtesy to look at it, and they all agree that it needs to be milled up and re-asphalt. So approximately $750,000 for that. VG, I think we just need to take care of it. Need to crack fill and seal coat. We did the adjacent ways there too with the crack fill and seal coat, but we did not do the entire parking lot. District Office of Transportation, same boat as Vista. District Office being first. There's actually some other needs at transportation as far as asphalt. Need to see that. Vista, I think another big capital project. It's going on 10 years. There's kind of these are just aesthetic cracks. It's nothing structural, but that stuff needs to be dealt with. It's a maintenance issue, and it's not. I wish I could throw my guys up on ladders and get after it, but that's a big campus. It's a bigger job for our maintenance team. It's something that we need to be preparing. Paint at Union, it's just rough all over. I know you guys may be aware, we did a project there with the SFE where they sealed the building, then they did painted after the sealing. But the paint that was used, it was kind of flat paint, and it just has not held up well, so it's due for maintenance again. I'm really proud of it. The guys a couple weeks ago jumped up, we rented a lift and painted above the auditorium, that's the Commons auditorium area right there. You can see those posts that are rusting. We painted those, just the maintenance team jumped up there and did that, so.
You showed a picture of the wall there. As I was going in and out from the basketball game.
Union or Vista?
Union, and some of those doors and those kind of stuff, is that part of the
Yeah, that's a part of the bid, good question.
Yeah.
All the metals, that's another thing. When we did that other project, none of the metals were painted. They won't, the SFB will not paint that. I even tried to push it through.
It's not a roller and you're painting the building, the paint is floating down.
It needs to be sprayed.
All right, that's good.
So it's another expense to be prepared for. Some other things that have kind of been brought up to me, they're not, these aren't on, Gina and I worked through capital plans for facilities for like 1, 3, 5 year stuff. These aren't on there, but it's kind of, to me, they're kind of moving parts, and I don't know the priority of them, but we need audio video for when we do our giant PD, professional developments. I think it's something we really need to consider spending some money on, and we've done some work on it. Also, we've done some improvements to the camera systems, but it would be nice to have even more camera and access control. All right, it's just leave on a good note here. It's 2 pictures from today. That's Vista Grande's field. You can see the ryegrass has come in, and I'm so proud of it. I love our grounds team. I showed Chuck some things that he's done. Our grounds team has done, specifically our leader there, his name is Pedro. And Chuck said, does he get any recognition for some of this? Because it's more than just these fields, what he's accomplished. And Pedro Reyes, I bought that shirt from the Napoleon Dynamite. This is for Pedro, and I wear that every day. He's so amazing. Maybe there's something we have to get him in for maybe recognize that. But at any rate, it's a snapshot of the facilities. Hopefully, I don't know, it's probably way more than 5 minutes.
Well, Tim, I want to thank you. Is one thing, and Mr. Ed's out in the audience, and it was, both he and I were really big proponents on laying out projects, 1 and 3 and 5 years like you did, and it really helps out the board and planning and knowing that, a chiller's going to be out, last for 10 years, and so we can expect that. So I appreciate your professionalism and having that long shot, that idea, and organizing their expenses.
Yeah, it would be neat to show some of the things we've accomplished. There's a long list of things we've checked off that are complete, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, I'd rather talk about the things we need to do, less stuff.
Organizing takes a little time with no budget.
Hey, do we have the money to start covering these projects? Because like you, going to the basketball game, it was kind of embarrassing.
Well, a couple of things. I mean, obviously, there's some decisions, you as a governing board are gonna have to make as we look at the budget moving forward next year on what our budget allocations are gonna be. The other thing is, I have intentionally, at the January board meeting, I have a gentleman coming, to do a presentation to all of you, to talk to you a little bit about our bonding capacity, what our bonding capacity is. Should we decide that we wanted to go for a bond that would cover a lot of these capital expenses and some of the things we're doing. So he's gonna do a presentation for you in January to just kind of let you know where we are as far as what our bonding capacity is in this district now. So you can certainly look at that. But yeah, the pain is rough on those doors and stuff.
Yeah, I would love to hear more about what you experienced in the company. But I would also add to the bond conversation, the possibility of buying our solar panels. Yeah, we made a settlement with the solar company, but I think if we were able to take some bond money and buy those things, we could hire a third party to do an analysis on what say that would be. But I'm confident that within 4 or 5 years we would be winning. Whereas
All right, thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. Anything else? Number 6, matters reserved for board action. Can you do all these? We got each one of them. Okay, letter A, as the bylaws change proposal, as recommended action.
Did everybody look at that and yeah, so all you need to do is just make a consensus recommendation and then I'll submit that.
Consensus recommendation?
I would recommend that we, approve the proposal as written.
Which one, A or B? A? No, I'm talking about this bylaw.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We can't, because we're having a,
Yeah, we have to, no, we have to vote.
we have to vote on it.
We have to vote on each one individually.
So there.
No, you have to just choose.
Yeah, so,
I move we choose proposal A.
I think A is
I
probably
think
the best
A
way to
is
go.
probably the best.
yeah, I like A.
All right, recommendation that we move forward with supporting
Proposal
proposal
A.
A.
So, need a second?
Need a second? Discussion?
Mrs. Dozal? Yes. Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Salcido?
Yes.
And Mr. Mitchell?
Yes. Move to approve the 2019 through 2020 academic calendar as presented. So moved. Second. Discussion?
I want to thank the calendar committee for aligning with the elementary district that they did, and I like the additional half days after the lengthy parent conference days. Mrs. Dozal? Yes. Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Salcido?
Yes.
And Mr. Mitchell?
Yes. Letter C. Move to approve the following donations, $500 from Melissa Cockrell to the Casa Grande Union High School Spirit Line and $10,000 from Nissan to Casa Grande Union High School.
I move to accept the donations with great thanks.
Discussion? Thank you very much.
Mrs. Dozal? Yes. Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Salcido?
Yes.
And Mr. Mitchell?
Yes. All right. Moving on to the consent agenda.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That's all right. Approve to accept the following board informational reports as presented. Any motion?
Make a motion to approve the reports as presented.
Second. Discussion?
Mrs.
Dolzall?
Yes.
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Salcedo?
Yes.
And Mr. Mitchell?
Yes. Consent agenda. Number 7, move to approve letter A through J as presented.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Mrs. Dolzall?
Yes.
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Salcedo?
Yes.
And Mr. Mitchell?
Yes. Future agenda items. Number 8. Anybody like to discuss or bring up or approve on the agenda? Joe's first meeting. All right. And I move to, that we adjourn this December 3rd.
I want to say one more thing.
Oh, yes.
We have, in public, we've got the Alligator, recognition coming up Friday afternoon. I'm not gonna be able to attend, but I hope the board's gonna be represented there.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
I know Connie's going to be there. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, the board will be represented. There'll be at least 1 or 2 members of the board there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.